Okay, this is the experiment on the series parallel, a combination of series and a parallel circuit. So again, what's on the desk on the bench is a digital multimeter, a benchtop digital multimeter, an analog multimeter, power supplies, a fixed power supply, and variable power supply. Also, we have a breadboard with the resistors already connected in series and parallel. So the first resistor that we have is a 390 ohm resistor, and this resistor is directly connected to the terminal post where our power supply will be attached later. So another resistor, a second resistor, is a 1 kilo ohm resistor, and a third resistor is a 2.2 kilo ohm resistor. So the second resistor, which is the 1 kilo ohm resistor and a 2.2 kilo ohm resistor, are connected in parallel. So as you can see, these two resistances are connected in parallel. Okay, and this combination here, right here, is connected in series with the first resistor, which is the 390 ohm resistor. Again, this terminal of the 390 ohm resistor is connected to the terminal post where our power supply will be attached later on. And also, the legs of these two resistors in parallel is connected to the green terminal post where the negative terminal of the power supply will be connected later. Okay, so we first measure the voltage, the output voltage of our power supply, this power supply actually. So this is the terminal. We measure the voltage. So first we'll be going to use the analog multimeter to show that or to practice in using the analog multimeter. So this is the terminal probe. What we're going to do is to attach the terminals of the power supply, the positive terminal to the positive probe of the voltmeter. And before we do that, we set the voltage to 1000 or 250 ohms because we don't know the output voltage of the power supply. So we put it to the maximum range. And now we attach the negative terminal of the power supply to the negative probe of the voltmeter. So we take the measurement. So as you can see, there's a very minute deflection and we can't read it accurately. So what we're going to do is to put the setting of the voltmeter from 250 volts to 50 volts, the next lower step. And as you can see, the needle has already deflected. So take note that we have put the selector to 50 volts, and on the scale we're going to use this 50 volt scale. This is the 10, this is the 50 volt scale in measuring the voltage. So in this case, this is the 10 volts and this is the 20 volts. Let me first move the camera so that the reflection of the needle will be covered by the needle itself so that we can get an accurate reading. Okay, so that's it. So as you can see, we're reading about between 10 to 20 volts. Okay, so that's the output voltage of our voltage source. So now we connect the voltage or the power supply to the circuit. So we connect the positive terminal of the power supply to the red terminal probe and also the negative terminal of the power supply to the green probe. And now the circuit is powered. So we are asked to measure the terminal voltage of the network. Okay, so maybe we can have the voltage reading in here. So what we're going to do is to install the accessories for the probe of our voltmeter so that we can take the measurements of the circuit using only one hand, because my other hand is holding the camera. Okay, so we insert this one to the green post for the negative, and this is for the positive. Okay, sorry. Okay, that's it. Then we take the measurement. So again, we did not move the knob. We did not move the knob of the voltmeter, so that's still set to 50 volts. And we take a look at the scale. How much is the voltage at the terminal of the network? Okay. Next is we are asked to measure the voltage on the first resistor. So in this case, this is the first resistor, the 390 ohms. So what we're going to do is to put the probes of the voltmeter to the terminals of the first resistor. So in this case, I'll put the positive to the upper terminal and the negative to the lower terminal. Okay, as you can see right there, the probes are already installed, and we take a look at the voltmeter. As you can see, the selector switch is set to 50 volts, and we look at the reading, and that's somewhere around, so probably less than 10 volts, because the 10 volts is here. So in order for us to get an accurate reading, we set the voltmeter to 10 volts. Okay, and then we read the scale. So as you can see, we have set the voltmeter to 10 volts. So meaning we're going to use the lowest scale. In this case, this one. So this is 10 volts. This is 6 and this is 4. And we read it. Okay, that's it. So we read it now. Okay, so after reading it, we transferred back the probes to the second. Oh, by the way, I forgot. We move back the selector switch to 50 volts so that our voltmeter would not be damaged in case there's a high voltage that's higher than 10 volts that comes into the voltmeter. Okay, so we measure the voltage of the second resistor, which is the 1 kilo ohm. So what I'm going to do again is to insert the test prods or the probes of the voltmeter to the terminal of the resistors. Then we take a look at the voltmeter that's set to 50 volts, and then we take a look at the oh, sorry, it's reversed. The measurement is in a reverse. The probes are installed in a reverse position. Then we set the multimeter to 50 volts, and then take a look at the scale again. Then we read it. So as you can see, we have set it to 50 volts range, 50 volt range. So this is the 10 volts. It means that there is the voltage reading is less than 10 volts. So what we're going to do is to set again the voltmeter so that we can have an accurate reading. We set the maximum voltage reading for the voltmeter to 10 volts because we know that it's less than 10 volts. So we read it on the scale again. So I will going to adjust the camera again so that the shadow, this shadow or the reflection of the needle to the mirror would not be seen. Okay, so that's it. And let me first focus it correctly. So this is the 10 volts, this is the 8 volts. So we're going to read on this scale. This is the 8 volts, this is the 10 volts. So we can read it now. And then we transferred again the probes of the voltmeter to the third resistors. So in this case, we installed the probes to the terminals of the third resistor, which is 2.2 kilo ohm. And then again, we read. So as we have done before, remember that the setting of the voltmeter is 10 volts. So we're going to read on the 10 volt scale as we have done on our previous reading. So let me move again the camera so that the reflection of the needle could not be seen, or it would be covered by the needle itself. Then we read on the 10 volt scale. Okay, so that ends the voltage reading. What we're going to do next is to measure the current. What we're going to do is to measure the current on each resistors. So we will do it on a short while.